Just like your Pennsylvania Dutch uncle always does, I introduce you to the patients that I work on. There's my surgical gloves, my scalpels. This is an old Regent, a square body. And it's one of the, I could tell you what I do like about it and what I don't like. One, it was one of the first true automatics. There's a forward and a reverse, but it's throttle instead of foot pedal, which you could probably easily put a foot pedal on this thing and maybe power it that way. I really didn't get it for me. I like guys that come here, they buy this nostalgia stuff. And once again, I wanted to introduce you to my stash of paints. The hood came out fairly good, except we had some winds pick up right as I was doing that yesterday. We're having these wind gusts now. You can see the trees blowing. So two of the things that I did like about it was a true automatic. You didn't have to keep shifting speed. You just adjusted your speed. And if your blades were real sharp, that's one of the detractions, is the speed controls the blades. So necessarily you're like blazing along and it's going too fast for you, just so you can keep up with the volume of grass or the thickness of grass. So then you're fiddling with deck height. That was one of the detractions of this type of machine, with the hand throttles on them versus the foot throttle. And even so, they were pretty underpowered. Now that engine right there, I can jet that carburetor, and I could probably squeeze that up, bump that up to about a 14 horsepower just by jetting the carburetors on those. So that's patient number one, is this old Simplicity. It's an LTH 12 horsepower, and we're going to soup it up a little bit. And then I have a couple of warnings, and I wanted to also, we're going to make a video today for Judicial Watch. Tara's still alive and well. She's filthy with pollen all over her. Just like our next patient is Ruth. Now, how Slippers came up with that, we all have those girls that, well, in case his wife watches the videos, I doubt it's a girlfriend or whatever. It's just, or maybe a porn star, who knows. I don't know what Slipper watches. I really don't get into his brain that much. When he comes here, we're usually all asses and elbows. She's rotted out. I wanted to tell you about it, warn you about a ripoff from eBay. Is these, they have a kit. It looks like a kit with the 3 cross members for $419. All you get is the back one. It's going back. So I've already bought myself a ton of headaches. We've got the front spring hangers coming, and the back spring hangers for this. It needs spring hangers, it needs shocks, it needs exhaust, and the frame needs to be gone over, the cab mounts. And Slippers is going to have a bill. We're going to have those cab bolts pulled out of it. Okay, because he's already got a good chunk of change that's non-returnable sunk into this damn thing. And I don't know where to go from there. We're going to reconstruct some of the mounts. So Slippers and I are going to have a hell of a summer together. He's going to have to be working on this thing with me quite a bit. So it does need stuff, because it's got a body lift and a suspension lift. And it is a pisser. So the bed's got to come off so we can get to that stuff, drop the fuel tank. We're going to have the spring hangers done down where we had Tara's done, because she's going to get front spring hangers and cross members shortly. I actually bought tubing. I make my own, and that may very well happen to Slippers. He's going to spend a few more dollars, but fistful of dollars does a lot. He's going to feel like an ATM machine, just like I do when I go to fix this shit. This needs a key switch. We already bought that funky fuel cap. I don't know what I did with it. It's got a... this has the gauge on it. They don't last very long. The fuel soaks through them and yellows. It yellows the plastic. You can't even read it. But I do these as a novelty. I mean, if somebody's desperate for a tractor for $300, $400, $500. This is going to be on the higher end, because I got money into it. I'd already get another engine for it. This engine was blown. A lot of people never thought of putting a head gasket on these things, or shops wanted $500 just to put a head gasket. Some of the machines, I can see that, like those Troy Builts, there's a bunch of bolts just to get the front end off, just so you can get at the engine. You got maybe 3-4 hours, and that's not even putting it back together. That's just getting it apart, and then you got another 3-4 hours of putting it back together, and then do I have it right, and what does it need next? So those are my peeves. And as I sit this here, I always tell people I'm going to sit this up, because I am 6 foot. I'm not. I'm 6 foot even. I'm not less. I'm not more. I'm 6 foot even. And I'm growing wider as I age, which is a problem, especially when it comes to pants. That's why I'm always pulling up my pants. And I have no ass, women tell me. Even my own mother told me that. Imagine that. Your own mother checks out your butt. Forget that. We're not going there. We have what a lot of people don't understand what's going on with Biden. We have another government growing underneath us. Our military leaders, I've talked to some people that are enlisted. I know some people. They better get busy and get that son of a bitch out of there, because we're going to be in World War III with Russia and China very shortly with that dumb cocksucker in that office. And sorry I say my videos are made for kids. They are, because I notice 12-year-olds even talk worse than I do. I mean, I don't know if you're showing my tractor videos to kindergartners. I'm assuming when they say kids, anybody from 15, 16, because those guys are contacting me. There are kids. They're finding my phone number or my email somehow, and they're getting a hold of me. You know, my dad has this tractor, and I'm home all day, and I'm bored. And what do? Well, I really can't, guys, I really can't fix your dad's tractor over the phone, but I can give you some part sources and some of my knowledge, which I don't mind when I have the time. If I don't answer the phone, I'm not a ball buster. I'm busy. COVID's made me more problems and built more fires underneath my ass than I care to even discuss. But we have another government growing underneath our current government. Our form of government is changing, and if people don't clamp down on this shit and get this bozo out of there, I don't know why Trump didn't call for a march and surround the White House and don't leave. They want to turn the military on me, our citizens. I always told people, especially when I had problems with that one retarded state cop here, whatever the hell his name was, Blazik, jerk off. I'll mind fuck somebody so fast. That's just the way it is. Because we're older, we're experienced. That's why they made us commanders and different things. Because we have tactics and stuff. We're going to pull the same shit on them. They're going to try to pull on us, only we're going to know they're coming, and a lot faster than they even think we know. They're not going to get away with it with guys like us. Not the older, experienced guys. Militia guys, we're people you got to look up, employ, because this guy's got to go. This is going to affect our national security and our ways of life from now and into the future. We have a way of cutting it off. There's a senator that we're after here in Pennsylvania too, besides Mastriano, was Corman. Okay, we want that election nullified. We already have the proof that we're more voters than, or more votes than we have voters. Kind of like Hazleton. I live near a shithole. We have more potholes than we have residents of the city anymore. And they can't even really call it a city because everything's just about burnt down, and everybody else is leaving except for the Mexicans are moving in like insects. I don't know where they're all coming from. And I say Mexicans, but I'm saying Spanish, South American. Well, they're all over, and they're not taking care of the houses. They buy them, they leave them sit, they realize they have work. Code enforcement does nothing for us because we have issues here. And they'll be on me like flies on stink if I do something. Good Lord, let's hope they don't confront a guy like me. So that's my political message is, we have a sub-government growing underneath our current government. We have a current platform. It served us fairly well up until Clinton made those laws where our judges and lawyers are no longer responsible to their actions like our police. That's where we got ourselves in trouble. And we don't have citizen oversight committees in our communities that we can go to when we are encountering problems with one of these deranged, immoral retards. Sorry about the trucks there. And those are tractor trailers. I don't know what's going on. There's been an influx of heavy construction vehicles. Every road here needs work, so there's no surprise. I'm not going to bitch about them fixing the roads. What little they do fix, it does need fixing. Unfortunately, we have foot deep potholes and stuff here. I don't know how anybody keeps their vehicle together. I've got damage to Tara over there. That's why I really don't drive my other vehicles, or I put them away until I need them. They're not to be gotten into. That's why I have a go into town, to meeting truck. That stays in the garage if I got to go to a meeting, because I know it's going to start back up, and I know it's. But Tara's okay. I mean, she's surviving. I just got to throw lots of money at her because of our current form of government, because they're irresponsible thieves. My political message: heed it. Heed what's coming. You don't want to be living without power, light, and water, because that's what's coming. We're going to be living like we're back in the Stone Age, all because of this jerk-off trying to pay his China debt. He made too many promises during that Obama administration, and he's dirty. And so is the CIA and the FBI under him, because most of them are pedophiles. They get away with it, but nobody else can. because of politicians like Biden. He's a scumbag. So enjoy my political message, guys. Thanks.